Let's go!
Namaste Radio. Listen online at namasteradiohouston.com. Download our app available on Apple and Android products. जी हाँ, Namaste Radio.
Hi, I'm Hossein Hadi, candidate for Justice of the Peace in Precinct 3 of Fort Bend County, and I'm asking for your vote. Thanks to your support, we made it to the runoff elections. Early voting starts on Monday, May 16th until Friday, May 20th. There are no weekend voting dates, and Election Day is Tuesday, May 24th. As the most qualified and only born and raised candidate in this community, I'm asking you to come back out once again and show your support by casting your vote. Thank you.
For details, visit hardyforjudge.com.
Navigating the complex world of health insurance can be frustrating. So why wait? Call an expert today. We present to you Simple Choice Insurance Brokerage. Call them today and get a health plan that fits the way you and your family lives.
Simple Choice offers affordable health insurance for you and for the people you love. Simple Choice will make this easy for you. They will assist you through the process of selection and utilization of your benefits. Simple Choice provides excellent service.
Want to learn more about individual plans, Medicare, dental, vision? Call Simple Choice today. Get a head start on your 2022 health insurance.
Visit www.simplechoiceib.com/namaste or call 832-626-7791. That's 832-626-7791. Follow Simple Choice Insurance Brokerage on Facebook and Instagram.
At Allings, we are all about the moments. The moments when family comes together for a sizzling hot plate and mocktails. The moments when friends order online for an at-home movie night. The moments when a child embraces their mom for the first time in years. Join us at Allings or order on DoorDash and make your moment. Halal menu available. Visit allingschinese.com.
Welcome to India House Houston. India House is a non-profit organization that serves the community by bringing resources, education, and services to Houstonians like health and fitness programs, language classes, charity clinic, and various events. Help the community now. Sponsor a program or volunteer for free food distribution at India House. Host your next indoor or outdoor events at India House facility, parties, weddings, or corporate events. Located centrally at 8888 West Belford, Houston. For details, call 713-929-1900 or visit indiahouseinc.org. Follow India House Houston on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Namaste Radio
On 99.5 FM.
Gotta get it.
Good morning and welcome to Namaste Radio. This is Vanshika Vipin welcoming you right here, yes, on Namaste Radio on 99.5 FM. And we are now Facebook Live on Namaste Radio's Facebook page. Thank you for joining us every Saturday right here on Namaste Radio. You can also listen to us on namasteradiohouston.com and of course download our apps Namaste Radio on iPhone or Android. Thank you and welcome. And now we are really happy that we are a part of this series, and especially during this month of May is the Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are back with our Mental Health Awareness in Asian American series. And today we are very thankful for our guest who has joined us today. But before that, we definitely want to thank our sponsors for who make this happen, who make this series happen, and that is India House Houston, Hawk Foundation for Mental Health, and Asian American Health Coalition. Mental health is very important, and that's why all of us have gotten together to bring this to you. And this is the fourth series actually that we are putting together. This entire month is definitely dedicated to mental health awareness. At this point, feel free to comment on our Facebook Live video, or if you have any feedback please feel free to message us on our Namaste Radio's Facebook page or Instagram page. I also want to thank a special thanks to India House Houston for always supporting Namaste Radio. India House Houston is a non-profit organization where you can reach out for various different free services that they offer, benefiting the community. It could be yoga, it could be Bolly X, it could be language classes, it could be seniors technology classes, telehealth consultation, and now they also have started the classes in person, also the telehealth consultation in person. They do have also life coaching classes, so relationship coaching classes. So reach out to them. The website is indiahouseinc.org, or you can call them for appointments at 713. I know for sure I have the number somewhere, 929-1900. And definitely follow India House on Facebook and Instagram. So India House Houston. And now I want to welcome our guest and speaker for today, Deepti Patel. Welcome, Deepti. I would request you to unmute yourself. And welcome to Namaste Radio. This is not the first time, but we are definitely so happy to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Vanshika. And it's an honor to be here in today's show.
Absolutely. And a little bit about Deepti before we start talking to her about mental health. Deepti is a certified professional life coach specializing in relationship and divorce coaching. She found her passion to help others after going through her own relationship and divorce crisis. Deepti helps both men and women going through relationship crisis, divorce, and offers premarital guidance. Deepti also volunteers her time and offers free coaching at India House Houston. And she also volunteers at other non-profit organizations and outreach programs. And Namaste Radio and the Mental Health Series is very thankful that Deepti always comes forward and shares the wealth of knowledge that she has with our viewers and listeners. So thank you and welcome again, Deepti.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So getting right to it, our topic for today, Deepti, is very interesting. And a lot of people go through it, they need it. And the topic that Deepti is going to talk to us today is marriage and mental health. What made you, decide on this topic, Deepti?
Well, being more on specialization on divorce coaching, I see what is lacking in marriages, right? So today's topic is important. We want to save marriages. We want marriages to be successful. And if you are at a breaking point, there is a lot you can do before you end the relationship. So today's focus will be on marriage, how to have the marriage more successful, seek out opportunities for help. And I figured this would be a good topic, especially for what we have in our series.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you, and it is very important. And when I was reading through the questions, I was preparing for this. So much that we can talk about. I think we can definitely have more than one show on this particular topic. But I know you're going to go in depth in this. But to start with, how does a marriage affect your mental health, or how does it lead to mental illness?
So marriages now, as we see, people take longer to get married, right? Now the average age to get married is 28 to 30.
Right.
In the past, we got married earlier in the 20s, early 20s. By 23 to 26 was an average age. So now we're waiting a little longer to get married. And number one, when you wait a little bit longer, there's nothing wrong with that. But our expectations change. So if during your relationship, if you have sold yourself differently, where you put your best face up front, and now you're in a relationship, there are surprises. and you don't know. Now you have to change, right? Now everything is not what you expected. That can affect your mental health if boundaries are not set early on. Depression is one thing that I've seen early on. It starts with not feeling good. Why did I get married? Second guessing on the marriage itself. It doesn't look pretty after the marriage. There's a lot of work, right? And now you have to think about communication, two people working into a relationship. The household environment has changed. You have extended family, in-laws that you have to have relationships with. So going from solo, independent individual into a marriage can affect mental health if you are not prepared and you don't have any support with you. So I see a lot of that, and it starts early on with depression, I think, what I've seen.
That's right. And I think if like we as a child, we're growing up with parents, we're used to having people around. When we are going to college, we are either living with sharing a room with whatever, a college mate, or you're still at home and you're going to college, so you're always used to living around with someone. However, I see that if we get married late and we're independent, we've started living independently alone, I think that is also a way of the rifts can start even there, because we're so used to now living alone for a long time as per our terms. Then adjusting with someone is actually also that's also a big part of the issues that people face, sharing your space with someone. I think when you do it at an early age, like you said, they used to get married earlier, before it was different. But then as nowadays I even see people getting married like 35, 40, and I'm talking about first marriage. It's not that they've gone through a divorce or getting married again. So I think that also plays, because I hear a lot of people tell me, oh my God, it's getting difficult to share my life, now. So that's also a big factor I see and hear these days with marriages. But coming back to what you were talking about, definitely not all marriages are perfect, and we have to work towards it. Can you share what are the major concerns and issues affecting marriage today? I know we spoke a little bit about it, but definitely in detail, major concerns and issues, and especially post-COVID.
Oh, absolutely. Life has changed for everybody. Not, some could be as little as your life has changed 20%, but some significantly, right? During COVID, we have lost people, family members. So if that's one in every 5 has been affected somewhere, either you have gone through a COVID yourself with the illness, again, lost a family member. And then we were in isolation for a few years, right? So just getting out there is now challenging. We're getting very comfortable just working from home.
Right.
I think a lot of companies are struggling to bring their employee pool back to work because it's just a big mind shift now that people are getting comfortable working from home again. They're not going out. It's especially the gyms, right? The gyms have opened up in the past, pre-COVID, everybody was at the gym. We wanted to look our best. We were attending weddings, right? Traveling, all the fun stuff. When was the last time you had, a nice sari on, gowns on, and attending events? Even the events are becoming smaller, right? So you don't go out that often. But our gym was our lifesaver. To have a gym membership, being committed, that affects mental health. What we see now is even our classes that are offered by India House, people prefer to work from home or work out from home, especially the Bali X classes. We have offered Sugarland area and other areas to be in person and people don't like going out. They're just comfortable, working out from home. So all this affects mental health. By going out, you meet people, your stress level reduces. I think by staying home and staying comfortable, you're inviting more illness to yourself. So post-COVID, remember now we are sharing spaces, our home with other members of the family, right? There's frustration. We're struggling with Wi-Fi connections because too many devices are open, right? So even little things like that can trigger all that. Stress management is another thing that we don't handle well when everybody's around in the house. So definitely post-COVID, divorce rates have gone higher.
Oh, wow.
Yes, people have recognized that maybe this is not what they want and they're looking for something different, better. Is that the right thing? Not necessarily. Sometimes I've seen in my coaching that there are a few couples who bailed out too early without communication, only to regret that, I wish I didn't do what I did and I had better resource or used better resources, went to therapy, and second marriages are equally 70% failure rates on second marriages, and third are at 50% failure rates. So today's topic is very important. The best thing is to save your marriage. And there are so many resources out there. Post-COVID, we need to get back to track. We need to go back to the gym memberships. Things I hear now is like, oh, I don't want to spend money, like, $30, $50 a month. I'm saving money by, going on a YouTube channel and just following somebody with, workouts there. I think people are not looking at the big picture, right? That this down the road will affect their mental health. It's nice to go out and do what you like and help yourself and save yourself in the long term.
That's true. And I think a lot of people did feel that. I mean, I know my husband was very happy that he could, go, because he's in healthcare, he could go back to work within a month, and he was like, yay,
Yeah.
the 1 month was, and then we're not used to seeing each other all the time, right? I mean, that's how life had become even pre-COVID, and it's kind of getting back there now, where we're doing our own stuff. So very rightly said that we need to get back to our normal life, which was pre-COVID, and the break, what we do for ourselves, like just going to the gym can make so much difference. I don't think I had worked out in a year and a half, and I could feel with my, weight gain, with my health issues, back issues. But now that I'm back on track, I feel so much better. And when I feel better, I think I'm happier at home in my marriage. So I think these small things really, really affect. Have you had people come out to you and say that, oh, I've started doing these things again, and I feel better. I feel better just related to marriage. Like I feel I'm happier now again in my marriage.
Yes, absolutely. So the weight gain has been the biggest after COVID. There were studies done, and people have put on almost 25 to 30 pounds, and that seemed very high.
Yeah.
That's an average weight gain post-COVID, right? So what I've heard is now couples are going together to the gym. Definitely working out helps with their mood swings, how they respect each other or help each other out through this transition, getting back on track. It definitely helps with mental health, because when you work out, you come with burst of energy, right?
Right.
Yes, but like anything, you slowly and gradually get into, this big change, right? Going out just driving to the gym is now a big chore, right? Beating the traffic. The traffic is started, right? So
Yeah.
little things like that. But yes, definitely what I've seen is now, before, when couples would, go individually to the gym, now they make a point to go with each other. And that's the way to spend time together and, take advantage of that. But yeah, I've seen positive results as far as they're taking baby steps, and they're getting, um, getting better with their relationship, not only or in their house, but also with their children and other family members as well. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
No, thanks for sharing all of that. And again, at this point, if you have any feedback, you can always message us on Namaste Radio's Facebook page, or you can, if you're watching us live on Facebook on Namaste Radio, you can always drop a comment. And I know for sure Deepti is going to respond to you, because she's always been very kind, and, she's done that in the past.
Absolutely.
So, and we'll have her information also, give out to you, so that if you have to reach out to her, you can reach out to her directly. Now, Deepti, you mentioned about, people are not wanting to spend money. And we do see the prices for everything's gone up. Inflation is on a different level after COVID, especially. So, but income, finances, money, I think has always been a big part of any marriage. I think overall, for humans to exist, if there's good money, there's always more happiness. And no matter, people may deny that, you need to be happy within yourself. That's true, but money does bring happiness. There's a little more peace of mind. But how do you see, how much of a difference does it make income, finances in a marriage?
It makes a lot of difference. Number one cause of divorce is, money. Issues with money is the number one. Number two cause of marriage failures. As far as what I've seen right now, after COVID, right, people have lost their jobs. Businesses had to be shut down. The same income is not coming home. So the lifestyle has definitely changed. If only one spouse was working, that has changed drastically. And it matters. Mental health now, the one who was earning the money has lost a job, also feels like a failure because he was supposed to be, or usually in many cases, the men are working, women are home taking care of the children. That's most of our normal family structures that we have seen. And then all of a sudden the main guy has lost a job and the support has been gone. Income is not there. It definitely, mental health definitely becomes part of, this whole crisis at home. Also, what we have seen is jobs getting outsourced with the now, Zoom and all that meetings. The global resources are now available for cheaper price, right? So many corporations, especially in the Houston area, oil and gas, many accounting firms, many accounting departments, or even IT is outsourced to India, Budapest. So people in high positions have lost their jobs, right? So we are now forced to go into entry level or mid-level income structure. So that has affected families. Also, social media plays a big role, right? When people flash what they have, vacations.
Yeah. Because everyone's always, and I'm glad you brought this point, everyone's always showing just the good side of a marriage on social media.
Absolutely.
I got this from my husband, or I got this and that. So
yeah, the Mercedes, the first class tickets, right? So
yes,
all that. And so when, I've seen older couples, right, who have lost their jobs. Now their children are off, done with college. They have their own lives, struggling with finances. And when they do, they don't feel good mentally, right? They are like, oh, I wish I could have got businesses in the past, or I wish I had got that house that I wanted, right? The house pricing has gone doubled, right? So it's always comparing. I wish we did this. We are not at the level of maybe my brother or my sister now, or, we're comparing and we don't feel good about ourselves. And I think we see a lot of that comparison going around. Finances do play a biggest role in our culture as well, right? We all always want to thrive. Remember, our parents came in with how many dollars in their pocket? That's just what we hear a lot, right?
Yeah.
And what has happened since then? Many people have been successful, right? Business owners, their kids are successful with education that we have provided, the guidance. Asian American, Indian American specific hold the biggest wealth and education. So the statistics are there. We still continue to do our best with our children. Remember, when we were raising our children, they're just not in school. We have Kumon that they attend. They have extra debate classes that they have to take, or all different things that we do help them with to expand their careers and journeys ahead. So competitive, right? We're becoming very competitive, and money plays a big role. And when you don't have money, and our Asian Americans, and especially Indians, now see that some families, they have lost their positions and finances. They have also given a lot of wealth to their children, right? We had big marriages in the past.
Yes.
So parents have given a lot of money out, right? Spend a lot of money. And you can't recover all that. It's all done deal, right? So, so mental illness does, and it's interesting to observe that it starts slowly. The depression starts slowly. You feel bad, and then if it's not recognized by your spouse, who else will recognize that? Spouse or family, right? And nobody usually speaks up. And that depression can go as much as 7 to 10 years without getting recognized or caught. And you're almost at the level now that you need, it's diagnosed clinical depression, where now you have to seek out medical, services and seek a doctor to treat the chemical imbalance in your body. We take it lightly. We say, oh, maybe they're going through their financial troubles, or maybe, they're spending too much. But I think the biggest thing is just people don't talk about it, and it's overlooked. And, so that's what I see. And it's a big alarming fact out there.
That's true. And, I think society as such, it's the society pressure, and that to keep up with the society, it's a lot of pressure, and it affects, all of it affects your marriage. It affects your relationship even with your kids. It affects your relationship with everybody around, because if you're in so much pressure, you're depressed about things. And life has not been easy, even post-COVID, like you exactly said. Businesses have closed, jobs have been lost, and everything's getting so costly. Like even, you want to go buy a car, you want to buy a house, things are not very easy. So absolutely, it's affecting a lot of marriages. But at the same time, I really liked one thing that you said, Deepti, is that it is, in a marriage, it is our duty to keep a check on our spouses, keep a check that are they doing okay. It could be, it's both sides. It could be wife looking after their husbands, and husbands looking after their wife. And in fact, last week we had Radha and Vijay Dikshit. Radha is a cancer survivor, and Vijay he's a caregiver, and they said the same thing. Like, you have to recognize if your wife is not feeling well, and not only physical health, mental health. plays a big part, because again, I think physical health we all notice pretty soon, but mental health is, like you said, like 7 to 8 years. That's a long time being unnoticed. And that's just such a crazy number out there. But these are some really great points that you're bringing forward. Thank you so much for that. And again, if you have some feedback, this is something that you think you're seeing around, you are feeling in your marriage, please reach out to us. You can comment on this live video on Facebook. You can send a message to Namaste Radio, and we'll send it to Deepti, and also she'll be sharing her information soon. Now, before we get into our ad break, this is the reason why we are doing this show, is because of addressing that there is a mental health issue. So do our South Asian families, do our Indian families, marriage couples, do they seek out professional guidance or seek therapy? Because I know we used to think that they don't do, and they shy away from it. We rarely talk about it. But do you see a change in that now, Aditi?
So there's a little change because awareness, like, having even Namaste Radio, having these shows, awareness is out there. We have now male life coaches as well, female as usual, but there are some seeking help. Some will not go seek help. I think it's just the ego. They will feel judged if they're successful business, entrepreneurs out there, or even in fields that they're in management. They don't feel comfortable, right? They think that everything is in perfect condition, and they're fine. How we focus so much on our energy in our careers and our jobs, right? And we have goals that we set. We have deadlines to meet. I wish we would focus that much time in our marriage, right? And do frequent check-ins. I think that's where the time needs to be spent. But as far as couples seeking therapy, I don't see a lot going out there. And why is that? I think number one, what I've seen also when I have my 45-minute or to an hour free consultation, is people worry about money. And as a life coach, as a relationship coach, of course, there's so many different health organizations that help mental health and different professions, right? You have your life coaches, you have your specialized life coaches that I am a part of, which is relationship and divorce. Then you also have social workers out there who are licensed. Then you have a psychiatrist, and you have a psychologist, right? So there's so many organizations, health, hospitals, anywhere you can go, and people are confused. Who do we go to? They don't know where we can go seek out help. So do your homework. What are you looking for? What area do you need help with? I think a lot of people recognize that they have an issue, but they don't go seek help. I'll tell you, if you sleep too many hours, or if you don't sleep too many hours, well, something is changing in your chemistry, in your health. Your eating habits, if you're gaining weight, or if you're losing drastic weight, there's a problem. You're not feeling good. When you don't feel good for a week and you recover, that's normal. But if you're not feeling good for an extended period of time, recognize that. In a marriage, your spouse is your closest friend, right? Not your mom and your daughter, brothers and sisters. Over time, your intimate relationship with the spouse is there. They know your weaknesses, and they can recognize that. But sometimes this is overlooked, that, that's her that's how she is, or that's how he is. That's how his dad was, so he's part of, DNA from dad or DNA from mom. We throw these kind of statements and not realize that there is really a medical attention needed.
Right.
And it's sometimes too late. But money plays a big thing that, here we are earning, right? We came with $5, right? We have businesses, we have assets. And I'm talking most of us, right? We have assets. We are supporting our children. When our children go into their new journeys as entrepreneurs, parents are willing to give the money out, right? But they won't spend, $50 or $100 an hour needed for them to go seek out therapy or go seek out coaches. I've had one client come to me. We had a free session, and usually the way the coaching works is you sell, it's a retainer, right? So whatever it is, $2,000, $3,000 out there. And it's 10 to 15 sessions, right? The client goes to me, do I get a refund if I don't finish the sessions? Well, you have to say, why am I in this? Why do I need sessions with coaching, or what is my intent, or what is my goal? If you are going to go lose weight, one session is not going to do it, right? You have to have the trainer for 10 sessions or 15 sessions. That's why life coaches prefer, especially the coaches, they have recognized that one coaching session is not going to change their life, right? You need multiple sessions or multiple, months or years to work with a client to get to that next level that they want to be at, because you can't change overnight. These are habits that you have to incorporate with your life. You have to start setting boundaries. Boundaries are important. We are not trained early on to have boundaries or set boundaries, right? Growing up, right, if somebody was coming over for dinner and you had an exam next day, well, you better go help your mom, say hi to the guest, right? Make sure we clean up, we're together, and then you can study at midnight. And things like that. So we never really created those boundaries. And we take a lot on ourselves because, people feel like they have to, be perfectionists out there. So there's a lot going on. But I think that's recognition, going back to the people spending money. And they don't, but then they'll go get their manicures and pedicures done, and then facials. But they'll ignore this part, and it's kind of sad to see.
Even a successful marriage, it's okay to seek consultation at times, right? You can have some differences. Maybe sometimes a third person can help you solve it. That doesn't mean that you don't love each other, don't want to be with each other, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And there's marriage counselors, right? For a purpose. They're there. They have gone through colleges. They are licensed. And they have seen so many marriages being successful, right? So, marriages, you can repair your marriage, even if it's 5-year-old, 10-year, 20, 30-year-old. You just have to reset it, start over, and then commit, right? Commit to each other. And bring that harmony back in our homes. And that's the key.
I really like that. Reset it, start over, and commit. So those are the key points. Remember that. But on this note, I'm going to take a quick ad break. You are listening to Namaste Radio. My name is Vanshika Vipin, and we are in conversation with Deepti Patel. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short ad break on Namaste Radio.
स्वागत है आपका. सुनते रहिए नमस्ते रेडियो.
Hi, I'm Hossein Hadi, candidate for Justice of the Peace in Precinct 3 of Fort Bend County, and I'm asking for your vote. Thanks to your support, we made it to the runoff elections. Early voting starts on Monday, May 16th until Friday, May 20th. There are no weekend voting dates, and Election Day is Tuesday, May 24th. As the most qualified and only born and raised candidate in this community, I'm asking you to come back out once again and show your support by casting your vote. Thank you.
For details, visit hardyforjudge.com.
Dr. Namrata Sharma Goyal at Kidney Health Center has over 15 years expertise in blood pressure control, kidney stone and kidney transplant management, hemo and peritoneal dialysis, specializing in chronic kidney disease from diabetes, high blood pressure, and autoimmune diseases. They promote the use of advanced technology in their business practice and treat their patients with a customized approach. All insurances, Medicare and Medicaid accepted. They have 3 convenient locations for you in Sugar Land, Medical Center, and West Houston area. For Dr. Namrata Sharma Goyal, board certified in nephrology, visit their website at bozenhealth.com or call 713-520-6875 for appointments. That's 713-520-6875.
Namaste Radio.
Live every Saturday at 10 a.m. on 99.5 FM, 24/7 on NamasteRadioHouston.com.
जी हाँ, Namaste Radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to Namaste Radio. We are doing a special series on mental health awareness this month, every Saturday on 99.5 FM. And you can please listen to us even on live. We are Facebook Live. Listen to us on Namaste Radio's Facebook Live. And we are in conversation with Deepti Patel today. But before that, I want to thank Gauri Siddhi Vinayak Temple of Houston for always supporting Namaste Radio and bringing different events to Houston. Right now, they do have a puja coming up, which is the Ganeshji Mahapuja at the temple. It is located at 5645 Hillcroft Avenue, Suite 701. And Thursday, 18th May, they will be having the Ganeshji Mahapuja. So reach out to the priest, Pandit Pradeep Pandyaji, at 832-466-9868 for further details, and visit Gauri Siddhi Vinayak Temple of Houston on Facebook and Instagram. Now back in conversation with Deepti about mental health awareness in Asian Americans. And our topic for today is marriage and mental health. Deepti has shared some really great insights so far. And my next question to you, Deepti, is can you give examples of good marriage and what it takes to be a healthy good marriage?
Absolutely. So what's a healthy marriage looking like? As far as a healthy marriage, you have support, right? You're committed to each other. You don't surprise each other or disrespect each other when it comes to even, making decisions, especially financial decisions. I think number one is successful marriages are when the spouses know each other's, financial goals. Where are they financially? How much money they have? What are the bank accounts? So nobody's blindsided, right? I know many couples who have a lack of that visibility, transparency, kind of suffer, right? So a good marriage, financial visibility is a must. In a good marriage, respect for each other's time, boundaries, mental health is important. The support is there. The husband is supporting the wife, not only with her passion and her career, but with also other goals that she might have. Same thing with the spouse, right? Supporting her husband with his career, his passion, his goals. Those are mentally healthy marriages. And respect, right? That's the biggest thing that I've seen with those marriages. Their children are happier. They're out. They go to the gym. They go to they have other outlets, social outlets that they belong to, charity, whatever it takes to just take care of your mental health, and they're doing it, even seeking out therapy if needed.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about issues. And number one key is communication. If you don't have that communication, or if you're afraid to talk about problems, that's where, the marriages suffer. But and we do have healthy marriages, and there are studies done that married couples have less health problems. They live longer, especially the ones that are happy marriages, not the toxic one, but the happy marriages. So, and that's true. It's a support system. You have each other to depend on. Like you said, when somebody's sick with cancer, you have the other person taking care of you. And you're in a comfortable place, being a single person, right? So there's always a benefit with marriages, definitely. There are successful marriages out there.
That's amazing, and more power to all the couples. And like Deepti said, it's repairable, then repair it, and let's all aim to reach that level. And yes, communication is the key. I think communication is the key for every relationship. Don't you agree? Like I think with any relationship it is the key. But yes, I always say this, and I think you mentioned this, because a lot of times, our Indian culture, and it's more like even after marriage, a lot of people reach out first to their parents. They don't seek that guidance or that friendship or that communication with their spouse. They rather reach out to their parents or someone in their family. But I don't know, I've always believed, and I have few people around me who believe the same. And you said this, Deepti, that your spouse should be the first person to understand, because they're going to be there with you. So if that relationship is beautiful, then you feel like going home, you feel happy, you feel like doing everything. So yes, let's all work towards it. And if you feel there's some issue, then we have experts like Deepti who can guide us. And there are so many resources you all can reach out to. Now, we have about 15 minutes left, but you did mention this, but it might seem surprising that couple living under the same roof are so out of touch. And that's something we've been talking about this hour. But is there something that you can tell them right now, like this is what you can do? You can guide them in any way, like how they can help each other out?
Absolutely. So a lot of my clients, they come in and they say that, I have a passion, I wanted to do this, and the support is not there. So when couples are going through struggles in their marriages, either one spouse has devoted herself or himself for the other spouse to be successful in their careers. So usually in our culture, usually women have given up their careers, because of children. They're also caretakers of their elderly family members. And now they realize that they don't, once the kids are gone and, they don't have to care for anybody, that they have not created something for themselves.
Yeah.
And then the other spouse will actually make a comment that I've always, had the open door for you. You always had the opportunity. These kind of comments are very harsh, because it almost comes out like you're not caring and there is no empathy, right? Because when in reality, the support was not there. You can tell somebody that, hey, I'm supporting you, go get the career, I'm there for you. The words are there, but do we follow the other things around it? Especially how can you support somebody who still has, elderly care, people that they have to care about, in the house. Their children are still, you have to drop them to school, or, other things that you have to do. So you really haven't taken away any other work from them, but how can you support them? So supporting just saying that you can go out and get whatever you want to do or start a business or whatever, but that means that the other partner has to own up some of the responsibilities, maybe at the home front, maybe start paying more attention to the children's needs, or the elderly care, or help in the kitchen, or the other chores that go with it. So balance the workload is where I'm getting at, to maybe help the other spouse with their jump start with their careers. It's never too late. I've seen women now in their 50s and 60s going back to work, if they were off work for a while, or starting new careers. We have wealth of information now on the internet, from creating small businesses to something that you want to go back into your field, getting certifications, Amazon, Microsoft, anything that you can still be a key player in the workplace. So those are the things. I think marriages that were, that we all have struggled with, I see a lot of similar conversations, because that's how we grew up with. The marriage should look like that, and then we try to repeat what the other families are doing, right? So it's a joke in my family, like every Indian house, a Gujarati house, a Bengali house, a Punjabi house will look similar in their ways, right? So because that's how it should be, right? But we don't take that time to kind of observe internally. And but as far as marriages, there's always, you can repair it. You think that once you leave a marriage, that's the best thing ever, and you're going to be extremely successful and happier. Not true, not necessarily true. Affairs do start when you have weak marriages, especially with the internet. Last couple of years, people have hooked up, married women and men, and only to find out that they have ended their marriages, and now they're in more crisis where it was not real, right? And then the other spouse has moved on, children are older, and you just destroyed what you had, right? So marriages are repairable. We have a lot of resources. If I tell anything to the audience, please take advantage of it. Spend some money on yourself, right? Mental health should be taken seriously, because it starts with little bit not feeling good, not sleeping good, mood swings, but 4 to 5 to 8 years from down the road, it becomes more dangerous, where suicide is there. You have domestic violence, right? Abuse going on. So you don't want to get to that stage in your life. So take advantage. There are resources out there. There's a lot of help. And that's
absolutely. And at this point, please, can you share your contact details? So if someone who's listening to us wants to directly talk to you, how do they reach out to you?
Absolutely. They can reach out to me. I have a website, patellifecoach.com. And also patellifecoach@gmail.com is my email address, and it's all at the website. And another resource, and you'll also find me at India House Houston. And I do give out complimentary one session, 45 minutes to an hour, and reach out to me. And this is where we can kind of at least narrow down what you're needing help with, and I can guide you. I have also friends and colleagues that are in different professions, in the medical and also coaching, that are specific. Some people have addiction, right? So they need some different coach. So, but I can be reached at patellifecoach.com.
That's right, patellifecoach.com. And you said patellifecoach@gmail.com.
Yes, correct.
Okay, perfect. And today, this conversation that I had, I really want to thank you, Deepti, because this is a topic which affects, I think, every household, because marriage and mental health, and even a small comment can, give us those really sad moments. Like you said, if the husband's telling the wife that, you are not doing enough, or the wife is telling the husband. And a lot of times we have, the mentality of making fun of your spouse in front of other people or friends, or maybe behind. The smallest of comments can hurt or damage in a big way. So let's commit to working towards making our marriage better. And that also goes to me. And thank you so much for sharing all of that, Deepti, because every time I talk to you about these topics, I know I want to make a change in my life. I know I want to do better. It could be perfect, but I want to make it better for sure. And I'm sure everybody listening out there would agree with me that no matter how happy they are, they definitely want to be happier. So let's try, let's commit, let's reach out to our spouse, let's be understanding, let's be supportive. And if you're having any issues, reach out. Also, there are resources like Hope Clinic, and they've been very kind to sponsor this series. And you can reach out to their department, behavior department, at 713-773-0803. And India House Houston does relationship coaching consultation, and it's done by Deepti. So you can reach out to indiahouseinc.org or 713-929-1900, and you can talk to Deepti over there. And of course, the Texas organization, which is Okay to Say, it's a Texas-based public awareness campaign that they initiated, where they want to encourage you to come forward, because it is okay to say what you have. It is okay to say what you're going through. So the website that they have is, or on Facebook you can follow, is OKAY to Say. So Okay to Say, and reach out. Now, before I let you go, Deepti, is there anything else you want to add? We have about 5 minutes. So if there's anything you would like to say to everybody who's listening to us out there.
Yes. So number one, thing to start thinking about today is, this is your journey. This is your path moving forward. We have to start forgetting what happened in the past, especially in marriages. Learn, get coaching, get therapy, get help to how to help forget the past, not hold any kind of resentment. Because yes, time has gone by, but if you dwell on the past, you're not getting any further with your marriage. You want to make memories. You want to enjoy your life, enjoy your wealth, start traveling. Baby steps, let's get out of the house. Let's not work so much from home that it becomes like instead of an 8-hour shift, it does become a 12 to 15 hours, because now you have extended that time. And number one, communication is the biggest key. If you don't communicate fairly with your spouse, then you shouldn't be married, right? But but yeah, communicate. You should be able to go to your spouse and talk about anything and everything, right? They can see you. They're pretty much 24/7. You're with them. They can see your weaknesses equally, and also your strengths. And then commit, support. Just don't say, oh, I support you, whatever you do. No, commit and support to other things that can bring that spouse to the next level in their passion, career, whatever it is. And honestly, Vanshika, no more excuses, right?
Yeah.
We cannot have these conversations every year just in May, right? We have a lot of resources. YouTube, we have a lot of help out there. Not only coaches, but medical field, right? There is a reason. There is a psychiatrist, when they have to go through school, it's almost a medical doctor, and then a profession that they choose.
Yeah.
They have so some of our depression is something that's beyond our control. It's medical related. So recognize that, and there is nothing wrong to be selfish, creating boundaries, and taking care of yourself first.
That's true. Beautiful words, and thank you so much for those words, because it's important to make us realize it is important to, make us snap out of that moment and understand these things and commit to these things. So if you're listening to us right now, I would encourage you to reach out to your spouse and probably say a few loving words to them. I think sometimes we are so caught up in everything that's going around that we focus only on the negative part of our life. But let's appreciate the good part. Let's reach out to them, thank them for all that they're doing for us, and I'm sure they will reciprocate. So yeah, if you do that, feel free to send me a feedback and let us know how that went. And but do reach out to them and like Deepti said, communicate. So let's promise each other that we will communicate towards a better marriage. But on that note, thank you so much, Deepti. This was amazing discussion, and not the last time for sure. Let's get back and talk a lot more on different topics. And I really want to thank you for taking out time and sharing all of this with our viewers, our listeners at Namaste Radio. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I will be back because at this point I have to go. We are done with our show for today. Our time is up, but we will be back at 10 a.m. next Saturday on 99.5 FM. But till then, you can listen to us nonstop on Namaste Radio, Houston.com, on Namaste Radio apps. And of course, you can tell Alexa to play Namaste Radio anytime, 24/7. And don't forget to follow Namaste Radio on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much, Deepti. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.